Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. So my name is Choon Bachman. I'm the founder and president of the Mixed Roots Foundation, and we are one of the co-hosts for the Foster Challenge campaign. Welcome all of you to Friday and Friday, June 19th, which is Juneteenth, and we'll be talking a little bit about that in a little bit. With that, I wanted to introduce an amazing productions team, OC28. So thank you so much for all of you for joining. So first of all, I wanted to just share really quickly how the Foster Challenge Emergency Fund started. As Mixed Roots Foundation, we actually, for many of our community partners out there, we're familiar with our Major League signature Adopting Night events. But as you know, with the coronavirus pandemic, we had a pivot because they are actually still on hold. And so we were thinking about, well, how can we still make a difference? And especially with the dire need of foster youth in the community. And so we established the Foster Challenge Emergency Fund. And that was about the end of March. We were actually going to have Tiffany Haddish throw out the first pitch for us. She's still on deck for participating. And we are very excited that we have a little promo for her to share about what she's doing for the Foster Challenge. But with that, we're really excited and very honored to have 26 community partners across the country. Many of you are watching this, and so we really thank you for supporting, participating, and also benefiting from our Emergency Foster Fund, which will cover basic costs of food, housing, healthcare, employment, and a lot of those needs will be addressed throughout the whole program. With the pandemic, we obviously have been through a lot in the last couple months. But as many of you know, and this is kind of what inspired this event, is the Hour of Hope, Inspiring Change. And just this past month, Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is my hometown, my home city, as many of you know, the murder of George Floyd took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and obviously now has shook the whole world, woke everyone up. And for that, we just wanted to do just a moment of silence, of recognition of what, with the passing of him, but also the many other African-American Black men and women that have died at the hands of police. And we just want to really, in the last couple months, we have several pandemics going on. And so we just wanted to just take a few moments of silence in honor and recognition of Mr. George Floyd. So in light of what has gone on in the world in the last couple months, we do have some really brighter news in light of everything going on. And June is a very special month as well. Not only May is National Foster Care Month, but June is National Pride Month. And so we also wanted to also recognize all of our LGBTQ families, adoptees, foster youth out there, and wanted to just share some great news for those who have not heard, is that a historic decision with the Supreme Court just this past Monday, June 15th, ruled that it was basically a 6-3 vote that the 1964 Civil Rights Act protects gay, lesbian, transgender employees in the workplace from discrimination. So that is a huge accomplishment, and a lot of our community partners out there support our LGBTQ adoptive and foster families. So congratulations, and it's another movement forward with creating equity and justice for everyone. So many of you have seen emails, have social media about our Foster Challenge. And again, it's to raise money for our Foster Challenge Emergency Fund that we now have extended to June 30th, Tuesday, June 30th. And so we're about at the halfway point, and we're really excited that hopefully this will all inspire not only the change we need as a society, but also inspire all of you to make a difference and change lives in our community for foster youth. We're going to be highlighting all of our community partners that we've been sharing. And again, as we hear their stories and also recognize all of our amazing donors who have donated an item or experience, you'll be able to get a glimpse of that in case you haven't gone to fosterchallenge.org. So you'll have plenty of time to be able to go to that, and then also see who we are benefiting through all of your support. So with that, our main host partner, I want to introduce, it is my great honor, is Mr. Philip Bailey, singer, songwriter, and performer of Earth, Wind, and Fire. He's also the founder of Music is Unity. And I actually met his daughter, Trinity, who will be coming on shortly, about 3 years ago. And it is just amazing how we've crossed paths for the greater cause of adoption and foster care. They're going to share a little bit more about Music is Unity, but it's been an amazing partnership and collaboration of how we've been able to pull all this off, but also really be in the vision and mission of supporting adoption and foster care. So with that, want to introduce Mr. Philip Bailey. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
And let's see, I think you can see me now.
Excellent.
All right, how are you?
Excellent. We are excited to have you. Thank you so much for coming on.
I kind of feel like we're on the part of the new frontier here. You know, so many things are going on, you know, good and bad. But this is a fantastic. I want to thank all the partners. Isn't it exciting? All the partners that have come to the fore and are really supporting this worthy cause of all these great people who are contributing so much positivity to society, and they need a helping hand. Absolutely. You know, let me tell you a little bit about our foundation, Music is Unity. But it's such a pleasure to join hands with Mixed Root Foundation. Man, this is real cool. This is really, really, really great. We started our foundation a little over 10 years ago, actually, while we were on the road. Actually, we were touring with Chicago. We named the foundation Music is Unity, just from seeing how music can bring people together, and our focus being, of course, emancipated foster care youth. A portion of our proceeds, our ticket proceeds, for over 10 years now have gone toward offering, giving grants to different organizations who are helping on the daily, like you were explaining earlier, with the real necessities of these folk who really need it. We also do a thing called our backstage sound check, and we invite several of the folk down to the show when we're on the road to visit all the different facets of our touring industry, and we have our staff to meet them individually and tell them what we do on the road and show them around for backstage, and then they meet the guys, just in the event that if anybody wants to pursue any of the opportunities in staging or in the music industry as far as touring is concerned. So we've had a lot of fun. And we had a lot of plans this year, which we will table until next year when we're on the road. But that's basically how we got started and what we're doing. Some of my friends, Cedric the Entertainer, was gracious enough to come aboard and to offer his services that you can bid on, as well as other friends of mine So it's very exciting. The opportunities are fantastic, and it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Bailey. Again, we're just so honored to be working with you, and we have a lot of projects that we can collaborate on, and then also to inspire youth and the next generation in music. And what I found when I was talking, which I'm going to bring your Trinity on shortly, is how our tagline is identity, diversity, unity, and then your foundation is music is unity. So it is all about unity.
All right.
Awesome. Well, with that, I've been tag teaming with your daughter, Ms. Trinity Bailey. So I would love to bring her on, and she's going to talk a little bit more about her role and what she's been helping with. And, you know, we have father and daughter here. So I would love for you guys to just share that experience. And, you know, again, thank you so much for being amazing co-hosts and partners and collaborators. So introduce Trinity Bailey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, positive. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Holly, for joining forces with us. And I just want to take this time to shout out Mark Communication, Brittany and Martine for all of their work behind the scenes. You know, just kind of steering us in the right direction and helping out as much as they do with PR and everything. So, yeah, it's being that it's Father's Day, almost approaching Father's Day weekend, I want to take this time also to just share the blessing of being able to build and support and create alongside my father, personally, professionally, and also with bringing awareness to foster youth. That's a blessing, and I just want to take this time to all the fathers out there that's joining us on this call to say Happy Father's Day, especially to my daddy. Thank you. Happy Father's Day. Also, with that being said, today is Juneteenth, and Juneteenth is the celebration of the end of slavery in the U.S. With everything going on, this one is, you know, interesting. But to be positive, and to spread hope. My hope is that with, you know, Juneteenth was the abolishment of slavery, but when the executive order actually went through, that was 2.5 years before it actually, everybody followed through and ended in Texas. And with everything that's going on right now, my hope is to really see change in the Constitution, because the Constitution wasn't created to defend or to protect the rights of Black people. And so I feel like with everything that's going on right now, that my hope is that we uproot, not just, you know, reform a little here or there, but we actually uproot and we do things for all people, to benefit all people. The laws need to benefit all people. So thank you for having me. And oh, we forgot to share Philip's experience. His experience is, once we're back touring, he's going to treat for dinner a couple, and then they get to come to the show and meet the guys at a meet and greet. So we're hoping that everyone out there, if you're an EWF fan, if you're a Philip Bailey fan, or if you just want to help the kids, you can donate on that. You can actually possibly give it to a friend for a, you know, anniversary or something of that sort. So just hoping that everyone goes out, support any way that you can, foster youth, foster care, and emancipated foster.
And for that, you can go to fosterchallenge.org to read more about Mr. Philip Bailey, Music is
And I'm
Unity.
also wearing my Pride shirt.
That's right. Represent. Represent. There we go. Awesome. And exactly what Trinity was mentioning is that's what Mixed Roots Foundation is all about, is justice for all, and that we're all accepted and we're all in this together. And again, the very exciting Mr. Philip Bailey and Earth, Wind and Fire, when it is safe to all gather, the winning individual will get a chance to have some one-on-one time with him at a concert. So again, go to fosterchallenge.org and donate. We will be doing a live drawing for the winners in, I believe, July 1st, and more details will be coming. You can also just do a straight donation too, but obviously, who would not want to hang out with Mr. Philip Bailey in Earth, Wind, and Fire? So thank you so much, Trinity, Mr. Bailey, and the MIU team. With that, wanted to introduce one of our Foster Challenge ambassadors. So honored to meet Ms. Shelby Jenkins. Shelby will be hosting the Q&A a little bit later today, but Shelby, welcome and thank you for being part of our important program today.
I just want to thank you so much, Holly, for this opportunity, as well as thank you so much to Mr. Bailey as well and Trinity. I'm truly, truly grateful. Thank you guys so much. As Holly stated, I am the ambassador. I was previously your Miss Texas US International 2016. I was adopted, and I love being adopted, and I love sharing my story and my testimony. And I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to work with Mixed Roots and to get with Mixed Roots, because I have mixed roots. All my life of being adopted, since I was younger, I thought that I was African American, took the DNA test, and come to find out that I was African Cuban. So I have Cuban roots. So I have mixed roots. So I'm so excited that I'm here with you guys, and I'm here to represent you guys and to represent the brand and to get the voice out for the Foster Challenge. And while we're here, please do not forget, please, please, please donate to Foster Challenge. It's a great cause. There's so many things out there and so many prizes. You never know what you can get. So please, 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 anyone that's listening, just pause, go over, donate, and come right on back. So yeah, but that's enough of me. I want to now introduce in a nice segment of Mr. Cedric the Entertainer. So let's get to that video.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ced the Entertainer, and I accept the Foster Challenge. So I'd like to offer, once the COVID is over, an opportunity to come visit with me on the set of my hit CBS sitcom, The Neighborhood. You get to hang out, watch a live taping, meet the rest of the cast, and take a photograph. Hope you do this, and I want you all to help all of the foster children all over this world, and that's why I'm a part of this challenge. All right? I'll holler.
Awesome.
I love it. I really hope that motivated you guys even more to donate. There's so many more celebrities out there that are donating their time, their efforts, their talent, and to share it with you guys. So we're asking, please, just to donate to this foster. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing cause. I want to introduce you guys DREION. He is an artist, and I'm super excited to listen to his music. And what's even more touching is the fact that he was in foster care. So he was in the system, and his music relates and comes from the system. So I'm super, super, super excited about this, you guys. So if you're in your living rooms or wherever you are, just jam on out and just have fun. So here he is.
I don't blame the foster homes. I don't blame those boys who were beating me. I blame the system, the neglect. I was given 7 different medications by a therapist from social services. Every week I had to go in and give him an update about how I was and how I was doing and why I was feeling and why I did this and why I acted out this way. And I would leave with a new medicine. At the age of 6, I was on 7 different medications. 7. That made me drowsy. That made me suicidal. That made me lose weight. That made me hallucinate. That made me depressed. They use it. Because you are their property. And no one is going to come get you out. I am life. And I know that about me because someone tried to take it from me. And if you've been through things like I've been through things, you feel that life has been drained from you, has been stripped from you. But the greatest help is knowing that other people hear you with the people who are neglecting us, hear us. This is my story. And there's so much more to it. It cannot be taken from me. It cannot be altered. It cannot be changed. Because this is who I am. My name is DREION, and this is my story.
Did you stop and listen to the cry of the foster children in Somali? There's a little boy who can die. We'll save him from the hell if he's somewhere in the clouds. Oh, deeper than the cry, no one hears there. My tears were all in vain. Listen to the rain. Yeah. Oh, I will. Oh, I'm calling down my brothers and sisters, system chain. Our names will fall from heaven, so heaven, let it rain. Let it rain. Pour down the truth and flood the streets. Oh, let it rain. Rain again.
So hopefully all of you enjoyed that. Mr. DREION, he is, and I just want to give a thank you to Shelby too. You'll be seeing her a little bit later in the program. But yes, Mr. Bailey, I think you got his approval, DREION, and we'll be bringing DREION live in a little bit. And he actually has an extra surprise a little bit later as well. But again, as DREION, he's a singer-songwriter and performer, as you've seen. And he's also a Berkeley College grad, and he also was a Bill and Melinda Gates scholar and a father, and then a former foster. I don't know what other box. African American. He's all about unity, diversity, and just and just has an amazing testimony with his experience. And so with that, wanted to just say thank you again, DREION, for sharing your story with your music, and we will be sharing him a little bit more later. So thank you so much. And with that, as a Berkeley grad, I wanted to share one of our donors, Celebrity Experiences, Ms. Sheila E. So, and in fact, I think DREION had actually a conversation with her because DREION caught her attention. So hopefully there might be a collaboration down in the road. But with that, again, inspiring change, and with Ms. Sheila E, the world famous drummer, you will get a chance to go on live on stage with her when it's safe to do so, and even receive a signed cymbal. So with that, you can go to fosterchallenge.org and donate on her experience and get a chance to win. So, and again, we're so forever grateful through MIU, Mr. Bailey. He has some really cool friends in high places that have donated, including Sheila E. So please go to fosterchallenge.org. I have a very dear friend of mine, Mr. Michael Reagan, and wanted to share a quick note with him. Actually, he kind of shares the story of how long we've known each other, but Michael Reagan is the adopted son of former President Ronald Reagan. And I reached out to him, and he'll share a little bit in his video, but we've been working together, tag teaming for the cause of adoption foster care. And take a listen to Mr. Michael Reagan.
Hi, I'm Mike Reagan, and thank you for joining me. I'd like to tell you a little story. About 9 years ago, I got a call about the Mixed Roots Foundation and how they were helping and wanted to help foster children across the United States of America. Well, I joined up with them, and over the last 9 years, we have been sponsoring 1,500 foster children to be able to attend their very first baseball game. Here in Los Angeles, Minneapolis, San Francisco, New York came on board last year. This year, we were looking for more teams to join us. But of course, the COVID virus got in the way. So we tried to find out what could we do. We enlisted the help of the Music is Unity Foundation, Holly of the Mixed Roots Foundation, and of course others to be able to raise money for our Foster Challenge program. And you can do just that. You can go online to fosterchallenge.org and you can help foster children and those who want to be adopted and have forever homes across the United States of America. What I'm giving is a chance to visit Rancho del Cielo, Ranch in the Sky. That was my father's Western White House during the 1980s when he was President of the United States of America. And I'm willing to take you and your family on a personal tour of Rancho del Cielo. See the house that in fact he and Nancy stayed in, the barn, the wood that he cut, and the ranch itself. It is a beautiful ranch in Santa Barbara County, and I want to take you on that tour. For every $25, you will get a chance to have me take you to Rancho del Cielo, Ranch in the Sky. Won't you please help foster children during this month? Help them enjoy life. Help them know that there's people out in America who truly love them and prove it with what we do for them. Thank you so much. fosterchallenge.org. Take the challenge now. I'm Mike Reagan.
Well, thank you so much, Michael Reagan, for being part of not only the Mixed Roots family, but participating and supporting the Foster Challenge. He's been a huge advocate. And then actually, I just found out just this past year that his father actually started the actual National Foster Care Month that is celebrated every May, I think in 1986. So he's been in this for a long time, and we're just honored to have his support. And then with that, kind of along the lines with National Pride Month, wanted to share about with some of our highlighting of our community partners is Raise a Child. And they specialize in LGBTQ adoptions, primarily here in the LA area, but also work and support nationally in working with adoptive and foster care parents to give forever homes to adopted and foster care kids. And with that, we have our promo, a celebrity experience. We have Miss Tiffany Haddish, as well as Alec Mapa. They are actually donating experiences and a portion of their proceeds, which ultimately overall supports the Foster Challenge, but a portion of them will also be going specifically to Raise a Child. So again, Tiffany Haddish, also former alumni foster care here in LA. And if you donate to her on fosterchallenge.org, you get a chance for a virtual happy hour dinner with special guest with Tiffany. And as many of you know, she's also a comedian and actress. And then we also have Mr. Alec Mapa, who is a comedian as well. You got some funny people here and definitely can lift our spirits up right now. He's also doing a Zoom happy hour with signature drinks of your choice. And again, for that experience, those experiences rather, go to fosterchallenge.org, and you'll also support and Raise a Child. So thank you so much, Alec and Tiffany. We're forever grateful for your participation and support. Our next community partner is Blind Inc. So I was also adopted from South Korea and grew up in Minnesota. And so we work with Minnesota a lot as well as one of our, as Mixed Roots Foundation with Minnesota. And Blind Inc. has been a long time community partner. And we actually teamed up with them for our 2015 Minnesota Twins Adoptee Night with Apple Diap of the Black Eyed Peas. And not sure if you knew, but Apple Diap is actually legally blind. And not only he's also mixed and also adopted. And so he threw out the first pitch for us in 2015, and we invited Blind Inc. to be a part of that event. And here's their video to share a little bit what they do in the community.
I'm Jennifer Kennedy, Executive Director at Blind Incorporated. When you think of adopting a child or becoming a foster parent, do you think of blind kids? Some adoptive and foster parents do, and so do we at Blind Incorporated. At Blind Incorporated, we believe everyone has equal value. We reach out to blind adoptees and foster children, including them in all our programs. We help them succeed in school, higher education, and employment. Some of them even become instructors in our programs. We work with adopted and foster kids, teens, and adults, teaching them the skills they need to be successful members of our society. They learn cane travel, braille reading and writing, communication skills using a computer with braille and speech output, home and personal management skills, and practical manual skills that will help them maintain their own homes. We build their bodies through exercise and self-defense classes, and build their minds through structured discovery learning, peer mentoring, and discussion seminars on blindness. We take them dog sledding, to water and animal parks, and whitewater rafting so they know they can lead active lives. We help them build their future so they can live the lives they want. Our programs serve as a jumping off point into higher education, career training, and jobs. We help them find internships, summer and part-time jobs, and permanent employment. They become part of our family, and we become part of theirs. Most of them form lifetime friendships because of our training. Ultimately, they have kids of their own or adopt them, and the cycle of life continues. Please help us continue our efforts by supporting us at #FosterChallenge. Thanks for your help.
That was awesome. So congratulations, Blind Inc. That was a great video. And so with that, they've been very busy with trying to support the Foster Challenge themselves, and wanted to highlight there are 4 celebrities that have joined us to help raise money, and a portion will go to Blind Inc. as well as the Foster Challenge Emergency Fund. And that is actresses and writers and anybody that is in the arts and entertainment. These are the people that are the ones that you want to hang out with and become really good friends with. And so one of the first one is Mr. John August. He is the screenwriter and most known for Aladdin. He also has come out with his own podcasts and quite a few number of other movies. And you can Google him at John August, but you can also find a little bit more of his bio at fosterchallenge.org. And but he's offering a 1-hour Zoom writing a session, and he's willing to talk with you about what your dreams are, and getting some, even ideas for maybe a way to pitch a script to a potential film or even book, because he's also an author. So again, go to fosterchallenge.org to see if you can get a chance to meet up with and hang out with Mr. John August. We also have, you've maybe seen in the media most recently, Just Mercy, which is actually, I think, was released for free on, I think it was HBO or some of the other streaming platforms. And with Karen Kendrick, if you may recognize her, she is one of the main actors in Just Mercy. She is also has been in one of the largest Marvel movies, and she actually has quite a huge bio and experiences with the film and entertainment, but you can check her out at fosterchallenge.org. And she's offering a 30-minute Zoom acting session. So again, getting your acting skills on and just really learning from the best of who's made it, and just getting inspired about where, how they got to where they are today. We also have a 30-minute Zoom session with actress, because again, a lot of these Zoom sessions are because of the pandemic. And also it seems to be a lot more easier to really get in touch with a lot of these celebrities. So Zoom has been the way to go. And so what's really cool about Zoe Bell is that she serves as a stunt double. And she's from New Zealand, and she has been very well known in a lot of the international movies, as well as here in the US. And we're just really honored to have Zoe be part of our Foster Challenge. And then last but not least, we have Heidi Moneymaker. And she has a 1 hour Zoom where you can actually practice your defense and offense skills, and she can also share with you what it is like to be a stunt double. She actually serves as a stunt double for Scarlett Johansson. Again, many of all these wonderful actors, actresses, writers are willing to give their time to not only donate for the Foster Challenge, but also inspire the next generation. So again, please go to fosterchallenge.org, and you'll also be supporting Blind Ink, based in Minnesota. So thank you. So continuing our arts and entertainment, would love to share with you Kids in the Spotlight. And Taiji Charity, she is amazing, founder of Kids in the Spotlight. We're gonna go into her video, and we also have a very, very special guest that's gonna share her experience and who also serves as an ambassador. But let's go to Kids in the Spotlight video right now.
Kids in the Spotlight is a nonprofit organization that provides a positive platform for kids in the foster care to heal and overcome trauma through the power of storytelling and filmmaking. I am Taiji Charity, the executive director and founder of Kids in the Spotlight. So it's an outlet where our kids write, cast, and star in their own short films, telling their stories their way, and it culminates in an amazing screening and awards event.
All it takes is one person, one adult, to take interest in them.
I'm Ezekiel Almonte. I'm from Paterson, New Jersey. I'm born and raised, and I'm a kid's kid. When you're given the space to be completely creative and you're supported, I believe it models the characteristic of abundance and living in abundance, and that helps with discipline.
We have a number of kids that we like to call our success stories, but the one that comes to mind is a young man, amazing young man by the name of DREION. And when he first came to the program, he decided, maybe I don't want to do this because my friend said it's corny. And he and I sat down and we talked, and I just asked him one simple question. If he was going to let his friends dictate what he do for the rest of his life, or was he going to start making some decisions for himself? And he is now directing music videos for large rock groups like the Fall Out Boy.
Another thing Kids in the Spotlight would like to do is to have its own production facility, to have a place where the kids can come and shoot their films. They have a facility of its own that professionals can come in and use and pay to use too. That would only help to fund the program.
Well, Music is Unity is our foundation, myself and Trinity Bailey, my daughter, that we founded a little over 10 years ago. And particularly to benefit emancipated foster care youth. Well, Kids in the Spotlight is just a fantastic vision. It's a fantastic vision that has, we've always just burst with joy in watching it continue to evolve and get bigger and better and brighter.
And if you don't remember anything else about Kids in the Spotlight, I need you to remember that you can do great things because you were created to do great things. Love you.
So inspiring. Taiji is amazing. All of her team. It's great to see a little cameo with Mr. Philip Bailey there. Kids in the Spotlight is one of the benefiting charities with Music is Unity, and me and Taiji cross paths in many ways, and so we're just honored to have them be part of our community partners. With Kids in the Spotlight, they were able to get some of their supporters to join the Foster Challenge and accept the Foster Challenge, and we have a live speaker and ambassador for Kids in the Spotlight. Her name is Claudia Wells. And for those that don't know Claudia, you will recognize her from Back to the Future. And there's Claudia there. And we'll be sharing her experience that she has donated. But we're going to bring her in because she is going to be live with us, and we're just so honored to have her be with us. And I believe she'll be able to be available for Q&A towards the end as well. So Claudia, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us. This is such a very pleasant and special treat for us to have you.
Hello.
Excellent. All right.
Hi,
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here, and I'm so honored to be a part of Kids in the Spotlight. Taiji came to me when she first had the idea, which was almost 11 years ago. So I started out as a board member until about a year ago when I transitioned into being an ambassador. You know, I have such a heart for people, and I have such a heart for people in difficult situations beyond their control. And that's the situation that foster kids are in. And I know for me, acting has always been my happy place. It's always been, I can become someone else and I know the ending. There's no chaos, or the floor doesn't come out from under you in a moment, as it did many, many times in my childhood. So with that, we go to foster care facilities where they live, they go to school. That's their life. Concrete, small rooms. And we bring them a 15-week program with professionals, and we teach them how to act and how, like Taiji said, they're made for great and wonderful things. God put all of us on this planet for a purpose, and foster kids have a purpose. They're in a situation unbeknownst to their own doings. It has nothing to do with them. It's the situation that was brought onto them. And there's also reunification that happens with their parents. I was honored to be acting in 2 different of the kids' films, and the difference it makes in these children's lives is just incredible. And the ability to be catered to, and hair and makeup and craft services, and to learn how to write a script and star in it and cast it with professionals. It's such an uplifting, encouraging, life-changing experience for them, and we keep up with them. In fact, the last 2 years, we've brought in films with the kids who have aged out, because they want to still be involved. Ezekiel, I got to be in a movie with him, and just the love and the edification that it brings these kids who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to have that. So with that, I am honored to be able to do a donation of a lunch with me. And if someone's local, I'll style them in my store, Armani Wells, which is a really big fun deal. And because of what's going on, if someone in another country, let's do a Zoom lunch, let's do a YouTube lunch. I'll even teach them how to make my special stew that I made up. That's fabulous. So whatever it is I can do to bring donations to Foster Challenge, to Kids in the Spotlight, I'm all in. I'm all in. It really, truly makes or breaks the difference in each person's life, and ours as well. So thank you for having me on. I actually know Philip Bailey from Christian Entertainers Fellowship with Pastor Frank Wilson. So this is a family call.
It's a family. There he is. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Bailey's rooting you on.
Hey.
That's right. We're all in this together. Thank you.
We really are.
Yeah.
It's up to us to help each other. No one's going to just fall out of the sky and do it. God has all of us for a purpose. And our purpose in Kids in the Spotlight is to help foster kids have a new life and new future.
That's right. And to throw your talent, amazing talent, and inspire these youth is so powerful. And we look forward to working with you as well in the future. And
absolutely.
And Claudia, we hope you can stick around for our Q&A, because I'm seeing questions here. So, but we know you're busy as well. So
no. I am never too busy for this or for kids. I'll stay on happily. Nothing is more important to me, truly.
Thank you, Claudia. We're going to move to your we're going to move to your experience, just in case they didn't catch your. There we go. Yep. And then also wanted to mention supporting Kids in the Spotlight is actress Patrice Covington. She's going to be in the next, I believe, Aretha Franklin film. And but she is an actress as well, and both supporting Kids in the Spotlight. So both amazing actresses and representing, and we are just forever grateful for your support and participation. And go to fosterchallenge.org and donate and get a chance to have an amazing experience with these phenomenal women. With that, we will continue on. Again, thank you so much, Claudia. You are amazing.
My pleasure. I'm really happy to be a part of this.
Perfect. Thank you. So for a few of our other community partners that we are going to show a quick video. Some of them, I'm not sure if they're on at all, but one is New York Council on Adoptable Children based in New York City, Celia Center based in LA, John Burton Advocates for Youth, Senator, California State Senator John Burton. He's done a lot of foster care adoption legislation, and a huge supporter of all of us. And also Foster Youth in Action, who I believe is based here in LA as well. And let's roll their video. So we have Connections to Independence based in Minnesota. Executive CEO is Jessica Rogers, who is a fellow adoptee. She is actually celebrating her birthday right now. So, but we are very excited that they were able to give us a quick video. And we also have one of their counselors who is actually a former or foster alumni who actually will be live as well. And she'll be sharing her story shortly. But again, Connections to Independence based in Minnesota. So let's check out C2I.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Hey girl, congratulations.
Oh, I totally forgot what you wanted me to ask. Were you nice to me? Ask him if you're nice to me.
I was really nice to you.
So Risha, you have been in C2I for a number of years, and five or six, and Drew's been your counselor. What has Drew and C2I meant to you over the years?
A lot, like kind of like an uncle to me, like honestly. Like he's done a lot for me, helped me with a lot, and
the camera on my face.
I've learned a lot from him.
Alicia's meant to me during this graduation process. Well, she's helped me with interviews. She's helped me with, you know, getting to school, getting from school. It's been a process. It's been a long couple of years. So it's been some obstacles, and she just stuck by my side and didn't give up on me.
So what has this meant to you to help you get graduated?
Got some inspiration from other youth in the program, and having them help me and encourage me to keep going no matter what happens.
And then during all the stuff that's going on right now, what's bringing you hope?
This one.
Just don't quit. Even it's hard, just keep pushing. You're gonna get there one day.
Honestly, my daughter. And you guys also checking in with me and also help me get the things I need. But y'all guys have really been my feeling for the past couple of years. It's just a nice feeling, honestly. Oh my God, I gotta give you another hug. That was so sweet.
Wow, thank you so much, C2I from Minnesota. With that, we would love to have June Barker join us. She is a counselor of at C2I, and we're really excited to have her share her story. June, where are you at?
Hi, can you guys see me?
Hey, we do.
Hi.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for being part of this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much. So I just wanted to speak quickly here. So just starting off, so I have a bit of a dual representation here. So I actually am an alumni of the foster system, and I now work with a program that actually helped me make it through my later years in teenhood. So yeah, so I was born in the system, quickly taken by my grandmother, well, a few years later, and then reconnected with the system, got a part of C2I. So I've been a part of their program since about age 18. I graduated through the program, worked at a couple of other different jobs, and then I went ahead and was offered a job in a position here to work with the youth, which is like so my passion, and it's great because we get to, I get to work with the youth and teach them the things that they should know, and me being like having a insight on, you know, what I really needed at that age, I am now able to actually be that counselor for these young individuals. We help them with navigating through their senior year and getting into college. We help them with financial support. We help them with financial literacy. We help them with holistic approaches on how to deal with stress and life and just situations and being in the foster system. We mainly give them a sense of family because a lot of foster youth don't have family, and that's actually what actually helped me make it through was C2I being my family at the time that I was in the system. So yeah, so that's a little gist of what we do.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story and also representing, because I know Jessica's out, and
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying the program as well. It really means a lot to have foster youth voices and also people who've made it. You know, I think that's the hope that we're trying to inspire today, because right now it's very scary, depressing, and sad times. And kind of what Claudia was saying earlier is that we're here to uplift, and even Mr. Bailey is like, we're all in this together to support one another, and we can't do it alone. And so, and you're a success result of that. So
yeah, and that's one of our biggest things that we do here at C2I is the youth voice is always on the forefront of all that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So just being there, listening to what they need and how we can support them during this time is what we're doing right now. Like even now, we're just kind of making runs, running them to like their errands, the stores, things like that, giving them care packages because some of them have been directly affected by the riots here in Minneapolis, and so they can't get to the store, things like that. So yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, and we really appreciate you sharing your story.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Awesome. Take care. And with that, what we did want to share, we want to keep promoting the Foster Challenge campaign. And so one of the items that we're going to show up here is Mr. Kenny Chesney. Kenny Chesney, as some of you might know, is a famous country performer, singer, and he actually donated this guitar, an acoustic guitar, a few years ago back for our Minnesota Twins Adopt a Night event, and we were holding on a very special moment to share this with the rest of all of you. So we thought this would be a perfect time. So this is an autographed acoustic guitar from Kenny Chesney. And so if you go to fosterchallenge.org, you get a chance to donate and get a chance to win this super cool guitar with Mr. Kenny Chesney. We're going to actually go into our next video, is Echoes of Hope. So we can go to that right now. And this is one of our community partners that are based in Los Angeles.
Hello everyone, my name is Tay Thompson and I'm an Echoes of Hope Leader of Tomorrow.
My name is Javen Kostreva. I am a former foster youth and a former Leader of Tomorrow.
My name is Trey Thompson, and for over 3 years I've been a Leader of Tomorrow with Echoes of Hope. You see, Echoes of Hope during these troubling times have created a campaign, Feed Kids LA. They aim to support vulnerable and under-resourced children and families in Los Angeles.
Everyone is struggling right now. Whether you've been laid off, you're unemployed, you can't eat, you can't get a haircut. But especially vulnerable are the people who don't really have any financial fallback plan.
So I do want to encourage you all to find the time to give thanks, give back, and show love during this time.
They've created a GoFundMe page. Contribute whatever you can to make sure that we're making an impact for foster youth and low-income families.
Visit echoesofhope.org for more information on how to donate.
We're going to make it through this.
Wanted to share with you that you weren't seeing double. Those are the Thompson twins, and had the honor to work with them a couple years ago with our Dodgers Adoptee Night event. We'll be sharing in a little bit with the Brandt sisters that were the Olympic U.S. hockey team sisters, and so they participated. But Echoes of Hope has been a great community partner here in LA, and does a lot of work with foster youth. And with that, they actually was able to get Mr. Luke Robitaille of the LA Kings. He's offering his autographed LA Kings hockey jersey. And again, Mr. Luke Robitaille, you'll get a chance, if you go to fosterchallenge.org, you'll get a chance to get a autographed jersey from him. And a portion of those proceeds will also support Echoes of Hope. So thank you so much, Echoes of Hope. We're going to go keep this show rolling here. We have a quick video of Penny Lane Centers. They're based here in LA, and they have a quick video for all of you.
Hi, my name is Andrea Maurer. My husband Aaron and I have been with Penny Lane for about 12 years. We have fostered probably 12 or 13 and adopted 8 kiddos over the years with Penny Lane's help. All of our workers that we have had honestly have become members of our family. I couldn't do it without them. We have had a lot of need for their help and support, and they have helped us tremendously along the way. One of the main things I think that comes to mind is sometimes the rules require to get waivers to keep the kids together. We have a few sibling sets, and because we are over the limit of 6 in foster care, it requires a waiver, and that process was grueling and emotional and just a roller coaster. And without Penny Lane's help, I have no doubt that the kids won't be together. We have had a number of medical issues that they have helped with. A lot of our kiddos come with either mental, emotional needs or physical needs, and Penny Lane has been there. Penny Lane, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Penny Lane Centers. The next one we have is MinAdopt. They're also in Minnesota, and we work a lot with them, Mixed Roots Foundation, with our Adoptee Night events. Here's their Hope video. And it's very timely for National Pride Month, so enjoy.
Did you know 1,000 children are in foster care on any given day in Minnesota?
905 Minnesota children are in need of a permanent home.
50% or more of Minnesota homeless youth have been in foster care.
43% of children in need of a permanent family are 12 to 18 years old.
Did you know that 4% of adopted children are raised by LGBTQ parents?
Children wait 3 to 4 years to be adopted.
23,000 young people age out of the United States foster care system every year.
Did you know that 20% of kids in foster care identify as LGBTQ+?
78% of LGBTQ foster youth ran away from foster care because of LGBTQ hostility.
But you can help. You can help by simply spreading the word about our work, sharing posts about waiting children from our Facebook page @MinAdopt, or even becoming a foster parent or adoptive parent yourself. If you're interested in learning more, here are the services that MinAdopt offers.
MinAdopt's education program offers live webinars, in-person workshops when we can, and we also have a pre-recorded webinar library.
The Fostering Network, providing information and resources on becoming a foster parent.
You can find Minnesota Waiting Kids at minadopt.org.
The HELP program connects adoptive, foster, and kinship families to specialized therapeutic services and resources.
The Post-Adoption Navigator helps families who recently adopted get connected to resources and support.
Happy Pride, everybody. My name is Tom. 30 years ago, my husband Joe and I never thought that we'd ever be able to be parents. About 6 years ago, we were encouraged to look into adoption. And shortly after, we were matched with our son, Jonathan, with the help of Children's Home Society and MinAdopt. They weren't concerned that we were a gay couple, rather whether we could provide a safe, loving, and nurturing home for one of the many children that are in foster care. If you think you can provide a safe, loving, nurturing home to a child, please consider going on to MinAdopt's website and seeing if your child is there waiting for you.
Happy Pride!
With that, I kind of mentioned this earlier, we're going to go back to our Foster Challenge campaign that we have the Minnesota Brant sisters, Olympic hockey team sisters, going to fosterchallenge.org. There they are. Marissa was adopted from South Korea, and then her sister Hannah won gold with the U.S. women's hockey team a couple years ago. So go to fosterchallenge.org. You'll get a chance to hold their gold medal in your hand and get a picture. And then also you'll be able to hang out with them. I believe it includes a one round trip flight and an overnight stay in Minnesota, or they could come to you. Otherwise, yeah, check it out. And thank you so much, Marissa and Hannah, for continuing to support. We're going to go into our next kind of second collage of videos. This includes Pact and Adoption Alliance. They're based in San Francisco Bay Area. We also have Resources Family United. They're in San Francisco. 5 Acres, who actually I'm a mentor of, and here in SoCal, Pasadena area. And then we have Children's Bureau. They're in LA as well. And you can check out their quick video here. So this is, not only inspiring hope, and we also want to provide this as an education awareness. A lot of our community partners have also said, hey, how do we reach out to each other and connect? And we're hoping that this opportunity of not only an hour of hope, this will be an hour of networking as well. So whether you're based in New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco Bay Area, Boston, Denver, we're hoping that you can also be, get more awareness of what the resources are out there, and also to know that you're not alone. We are all out there here to support all of you. So with that, we have the Korean American Family Services. They're based here in LA, and they have a special initiative to focus on Asian adoptive families. And here is their video right here.
I unfortunately lost my mother when I was about 12, 13. I pretty much transitioned to the foster care system. I moved around about 4 or 5 times.
Asian Foster Family Initiative, or AFFI, is a program that KFAM started to provide loving, supportive, and culturally sensitive homes.
I feel safe in my new home, and I got a little brother to play with.
I think fostering became so worth it for us because it's the same thing as you have your biological children.
빨리 이렇게 포스터 부모가 됐으면 좋겠어요. 많은 분들이 저처럼.
You see kids grow, and you see kids thrive, and you see kids are happy, and that's very rewarding.
just a foster fact, as MinAdopt was doing a lot of foster facts. I know Music is Unity. You should definitely follow Music is Unity on social media, Instagram. They do Foster Fact Fridays. And actually I have one particular for Korean adoptees. Not sure if many of you know that 1 in every 10 Korean Americans are adopted, and over 20,000 of them have come from Minnesota. So that's a lot of Korean adoptees. So Rise Above Foundation is in Boston, and that's actually in addition one of our community partners that have taken the foster challenge. And so here's their video.
My name is Saffron Blaze. I was in and out of foster care since I was 8 years old. It was a very rocky path for me, but I've also met a lot of wonderful people that has helped me in lots of ways, and one of those people are Rise Above. Rise Above is amazing. I got my own place last October 2019. I was having trouble furnishing my place. Money was tight. I was in full-time school, part-time job. It was really hard. My outreach worker, Kate Runch, is amazing. She helped me reach out to Rise Above, asked if they can help me furnish my apartment. It was definitely not what I expected. It really was not. My home is now a home. It's very beautiful. It's amazing. It makes me feel really well. They have helped me with so many things. They keep in contact with me, making sure I'm okay. If I need anything else, to please let them know. It's just amazing. So please, anyone in foster care, have a positive mindset. There's a lot of advantages. There's a lot of pros to being in foster care. If you don't know those, please reach out to your social worker and have that conversation with them. You can go far with being in foster care. Right now, I went to cosmetology school. DCF had actually paid for most of my tuition. My goal right now is I'm doing nails. I'm hoping to have my own salon by next year. You know, I'm working really hard, and DCF and Rise Above have helped me work so hard for that. They have given me hope, and hope is very important.
That was an awesome story. Another important voices that we need to continue to hear is for foster youth stories. So that is awesome. So Rise Above Foundation, I believe they're based in Boston, East Coast. And so, and with that, we also have, they offered JetBlue round trip tickets. And as you probably guys have seen that, airlines are starting to fly a little bit more, so but you do have a year to use it, so definitely check it out. Donate at fosterchallenge.org. We're going to continue, and we have our kind of final collage of videos, which is including First Place for Youth. They're based in San Francisco, but they also operate here in LA. They are an amazing organization that provides transitional housing and resources for foster youth. And then Friends for Youth, who is a mentoring organization that's based in the San Francisco Bay Area. And many of their mentors and mentees are part of the adoption foster care community. So here's a very quick video for them. The next one we have is Beyond Emancipation, and they have a little video here as well, and they're here in LA, and we also have a cool experience that we'll be sharing after that. So here's a Beyond Emancipation here in LA.
A lot of our clients come in experiencing homelessness, sometimes domestic violence.
I think 70% of foster care youth are sexually exploited. In our prison system, 70% have been in foster care.
Without BE, they would just be lost.
At Beyond Emancipation, we serve former and current foster care youth and probation youth.
And we support them in the realms of housing, education, employment, wellness, and permanency.
So the idea of coaching came about 8 to 10 years ago, and it actually came out of our own curiosity of why foster care and probation youth weren't doing well.
In the coaching model, we believe that the person closest to the problem is closest to the solution. And so what staff are actually doing is supporting young people to uncover their own answers inside themselves.
When I was born, I was automatically placed into the foster care system because my mom had heroin in her system. Growing up, I faced many things such as abuse, physical, mental, sexual abuse. BE came into my life when I was 17 years old. There was a lady by the name of Courtney. I would meet with her to kind of figure out what I wanted to do in my life. Growing up, I was a really shy, timid person. Because of coaching itself within Beyond Emancipation, I learned how to effectively share my story and motivate people who have gone through trauma, letting them know that your life is for you to experience, but your story is for the world. I think we know ourselves, but there's a lot of things hidden under a different layer in our life that we can't necessarily find in ourselves, and through coaching, we can pull that out.
So we got the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area representing there. Thank you so much, Beyond Emancipation. I'd like to continue on here with Vista Del Mar. They're based here in LA, and we have just a quick collage of their videos, and very timely with the pandemic. And I know that some of their youth have done some artwork, and I think just being able to kind of take in the artwork, you'll be moved. Yes, Vista Del Mar is a great one of our community partners for a long time here in LA, and thank you so much for being part of the Foster Challenge. And then we also have now Elevating Connections, and they also have a quick video. So we like to mix this up a little bit so you guys aren't just watching just print and images, but we have a live video, and we will be getting to a couple special guests in a little bit. So, but thank you so much for hanging in there, and we'll be sharing a little bit more with our Foster Challenge donors and celebrity experiences. So with that, we have Elevating Connections.
Hello, my name is Stacy Sanders. I am the founder and executive director of Elevating Connections. We're a private nonprofit organization in Colorado, reuniting siblings separated in foster care and raising youth voice. What is the theme in all of our program is hope. Hope that siblings will once again be living in the same home. Hope that older youth will find their path out of foster care, and hope that their current situation is not their present situation.
My name is Tamisha Macklin, Program Manager at Elevating Connections, and we have the Empowering Youth Expressions program. This program allows youth to have a creative space that's safe for them to use their voice to advocate and share their voices with the community. We are creating a permanent connection for youth in the foster care system.
And Tamisha, tell us what the youth have said about our programming.
We have heard many amazing things from our youth that said that after participating in our program, they had more self-confidence and they were able to advocate for themselves and help get their needs met.
Thank you. And thank you to all of you, because we cannot do this without our community. You help us offer hope and connection to the youth that we serve. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stacy and Tamisha. This is so great. Elevating Connections has just been an amazing partner of ours with the Foster Challenge, and thank you so much. With that, we want to keep you guys going, get you pumped up for this next experience. It's Mr. Alec English. He's based out of South Carolina, Charleston, and he is donating a personal guided tour of the historic Charleston. I've not been there, but my aunt has, and she said it's amazing. So much history, but I've heard it's just beautiful there. Alex is a former NBA Hall of Famer, and he has just been such a great support with promoting the Foster Challenge. And again, you'll get a chance. He's actually offering a round trip tickets and for two and the overnight stay. So he's footing the whole bill. Again, go to fosterchallenge.org and you'll get a chance to do a lot of cool things with Mr. English. So with that, we have First Star. We had the CEO of First Star, Lindsay Collins. She had to step out, but did want to share a really quick story because this does tie to DREION, who will be performing again a little bit later with our closing. But we're very excited to share that DREION will be getting one of his couple of songs into Mr. Peter Samuelson, who is actually the co-founder and CEO of First Star. Peter Samuelson came out with a film that will be premiering soon called Foster Boy. And Foster Boy is such an important film that you guys definitely check out, fosterboy.com. And it talks about the corruption in the foster care system for-profit foster care agencies. And it is actually based on a true story. And a very good dear friend of mine actually cast the film, Mr. Robert Ulrich. And I was able to pull him in to support the Foster Challenge. So he's one of the top casting directors in Hollywood and really in the country. He has casted over 100 films, TV shows, including Glee, CSI. He's been doing films now, and of course, Foster Boy. He's offering a 1-hour Zoom session. So what's exciting about Robert is he has a very amazing eye for talent. So if you're trying to get into the industry or acting, Robert is the guy to hang out with. And he's willing to share and talk about how he's gotten to where he is. He's actually from Modesto, land of where Mr. George Lucas is also from. And so again, if you go to fosterchallenge.org, not only you'll be supporting the Foster Challenge Emergency Fund, but you'll also be doing a portion of proceeds back to First Star. So good luck and go to fosterchallenge.org. We just have a couple more community partners, and we're going to do our closing, and then we'll go into the Q&A. So thank you so much. We're hoping all of you are being inspired and also being educated, and also just know that there's a huge network out there for, getting to know one another, how to support one another wherever you are. So with that, we've recognized a lot of folks in the Bay Area, San Francisco, Minnesota. We got New York. New York is representing. We got Spence Chapin. And they have a quick video, and we'll talk about an experience. So let's roll for Spence Chapin. Thank you so much, Spence. Spence Chapin. one kind of cool thing that we had the opportunity to work with and partner with Spence Chapin last year is Mr. Michael Reagan introduced us to the president of the New York Yankees last year, and we hosted our inaugural New York Yankees Adoptee Night. And Spence Chapin was one of our community partners for that, and we helped host and sponsored 1,500 adopting foster care kids at a New York Yankees, who actually played my home state, Minnesota Twins. But it was a wonderful event, and they brought out a lot of their kids and families, and they've been a wonderful community partner and represent New York. Let's share the quick video for DJ Cassidy, actually, that he's also based either, the experience is either New York or LA. So we can do DJ Cassidy.
Party people in the place to be, my name is DJ Cassidy, and I accept the Foster Challenge. I'm trying to help Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind & Fire's MIU Foundation and Mixed Roots Foundation raise $1 million to support children in foster care and the foster care community during this pandemic. And so we give you Behind the DJ Booth VIP Night Out experience with me, DJ Cassidy. You and a friend will come to LA or New York and accompany me to one of my exclusive gigs, dance in the DJ booth, and hang with the stars. It will for sure be an iconic night, and you never know who you might bump into. So let's party for a cause. Bid now.
Cannot wait till we can gather in large groups. Right now we're doing quarantine clubs, and but Mr. DJ Cassidy is offering an amazing experience. And I always say it's not what you know, it's who you know, and he knows a lot of people. So, and then we have just a couple more VIP, Violence Intervention Prevention Services, and they are located in LA, and we're working on some mentoring initiatives with them. They do have another video, and then would like to share a couple of the experiences with you guys for the Foster Challenge.
Hi, my name is Eva, and I started volunteering with VIP a little bit over a year ago. I've loved every second of it. It's been so incredible and so empowering working with the youth. One of the biggest things that I've learned is just seeing how such a small action can have such a large impact and how much consistency matters for these youth. And so it's been incredible just seeing that if I'm consistent for them, hearing some of them open up about their personal problems, whether we're coloring, doing math, tutoring, whatever, and seeing their resilience, it's so inspiring. So it's been incredible working with them and all of the staff at VIP.
My name is Samir Ahmed. I've been working with the Violence Intervention Program over the past few months and have served as a mentor tutor. My experiences with VIP have been amazing. Throughout the past few months, I've been hosting online weekly mentor-tutor sessions with a current 4th grade student, through which I'm able to answer any questions that he has about his homework, as well as supplement his education through various online resources. I've been able to also just be able to get to know him and be his friend. We've played several games of tic-tac-toe, and he's beat me more times than I can count. Just seeing the smiles light up his entire face just makes my day every time he wins that next round of tic-tac-toe. VIP is a very essential resource for the surrounding Los Angeles community, as it bridges to diminish and lessen some of the burdens that families face on a given day. And VIP is truly an essential service that is doing amazing work throughout the community. Thank you for all that you do, VIP.
So with that, we've had quite a few kind of artists, entertainers, and actresses, writers. And I'm so excited to share that one of our experiences, thanks to the MIU team, they know a lot of people. And next one is Soraya. Soraya is the actress on Empire, and we'll bring that up. She is offering, when it is safe to do so, is spending the day plus a studio session with Soraya. Soraya has, I think, over a couple million people on Instagram, but she is so talented. I got hooked on Empire when it first came out, and she's just fabulous. And what's so exciting about Soraya is that although she did not grow up in the foster care system, but her family did experience homelessness, and she knows the struggle to fight and to be in need. And she actually, I believe her mother started an organization to help homeless women. And so it really touched her when MIU team reached out to see if she'd be willing to join the Foster Challenge. And so here she is. So again, visit fosterchallenge.org to get a chance to hang out with Soraya. She is up and coming, and she is going to be a voice for foster youth. And we're just so honored to have her join us. And so with that, we want to go back to the Midwest. This is one of our last but never least community partners. I met one of the founders and CEOs, Matt, with Wolverine Human Services. They are based in Michigan. And Stacy has been wonderful to work with her team there. They have a quick video, and then they also were able to get a famous coach to help offer an experience. So we'll touch base on that, and here is their quick video.
Wolverine Human Services is making a strong commitment to investing in our future.
Your organization is only as strong as the people that support it. And the amazing thing about this organization is they understand that, and we're taking this organization to the next level because of that.
We are truly invested into each and every one of our clients with new therapeutic treatment resources, tools, and opportunities. Wolverine has now standardized 3-person therapy teams to support our residential clients. Each client works with a family worker, case manager, and clinical therapist. We are providing a strong infrastructure at Wolverine, which allows our employees to be more successful in the work they do with our clients. Wolverine is always on the forefront of new services and treatment models for Michigan. Wolverine has opened Michigan Counseling Centers, a clinical counseling model for the public. The offices are designed to provide the most therapeutic setting for all children, individuals, couples, and families seeking counseling. As we make investments into our future and the future of our clients, we are finding new ways for supporters to invest in Wolverine as well.
When you support us at Wolverine Human Services, you are making a significant difference in what we get to do. And everything we do only ends up with helping children to be victors.
We invite you to be a part of the Wolverine investment and our commitment to the future.
So wonderful. You know, we have a lot of agencies, as you've seen Wolverine. We also work with the Los Angeles Department of Children and Family Services, San Francisco, Santa Clara, Minnesota, New York. And so it's so great to team up with agencies that are serving as resources and are really on the front lines and in the trenches trying to support and care for our youth. And so thank you, Wolverine. And with that, they actually have an experience that they were able to offer. And we have Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh. So you may know of him, that he used to be the head coach for the San Francisco 49ers when Colin Kaepernick, who by the way is also mixed and adopted, and then his brother is a coach for, I believe, the Baltimore Ravens. And so Jim Harbaugh, he's now the head coach for the Michigan Wolverines, and they will get you'll get a chance to get an autographed football from him. And definitely go to fosterchallenge.org. And then finally, that kind of wraps up. We just wanted to do a very quick video of just closing out all of our community partners, and then we're going to go into our another feature song with DREION. So we're glad you guys can hang out for a little bit, and then we'll wrap up with our Q&A. So again, thank you to all of our community partners and sponsors, and we really appreciate the work that you do on behalf of foster youth. we have now the opportunity to check out Mr. DREION mural. We're hoping that this will be an uplifting and inspiring video for creating inspiring change.
Keep on moving for change. He's coming. Keep on running. Believe it, keep moving for a change. Is coming. Keep on running. Keep moving for is coming. Keep on running. Just believe it, keep moving forward. Coming for a change is for a change is the future is here and now. I am the future. You are the future. And together we can be the change of tomorrow if we only remember the power of our voices, the impact of our history, and the effectiveness of our music. We hold the fate of the future in our hands. So what are we going to do with it? Don't be the problem, be the change.
We'll do a clap to that. That closes out our Foster Challenge program. And we want to just thank you, all of you. We are going to do a quick Q&A. So we're going to bring up Mr. Bailey. Here we got him there. We're going to bring our host, Shelby, with our host of the Q&A. And we'll bring on DREION, Trinity. And I believe Claudia is going to be able to join us as well. And we'll do a quick Q&A. We do have with Shelby, she's gonna call out some questions and we're hopefully gonna be able to answer them for you. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. We apologize for being a little long, but we believe it's worth it. We are celebrating life and inspiring hope and being encouraged and just really be a support. We've been kind of, MIU and Mixed Roots Foundation, we've been really working together on almost a daily basis, and we've been able to really get encouraged by all the community partners and all the donors and sponsors that have been part of this. So with that, looks like we have DREION. All right, everyone, amazing experiences.
DREION, amazing job, buddy. Amazing job, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So maybe we'll just do a few questions, maybe a question to DREION. What inspired you? Obviously your roots, of where you came from is why you got motivated to be part of us today, but you're musical, you got this amazing talent, and what inspired you with that?
Well, I'll be quick with this because I can go all day talking about this. But I'm actually staying with my aunt and uncle right now. That's funny. My uncle is one of my biggest inspirations. He's a drummer. He's a gospel rapper, and he inspired me and my music and everything that I do. He introduced me to all of the great artists that I love, such as Earth, Wind and Fire and George Clinton and Parliament and Funkadelic and Cameo and all of these great artists and people that I love to listen to in the funk and R&B and soul era and Prince. And Prince. Oh my goodness! So all of these great individuals, there's a saying basically, you know, if you see something great in someone else, it's probably in you. If you identify with that, and I really identify with that. I found out, you know, that I had these gifts just basically from going through the things that I went through in life and needing a way to express them, and listening to the music and the artists that I love so much, hearing how they expressed, I wanted to express in that way. So I started off singing, and then I went to the piano, and now I play piano, and I also play drums. My uncle is a drummer, so he taught me how to play drums, and then I became a songwriter, and everything has kind of came that way. So it's kind of been, I've gotten into these things, and plus I was by myself. I didn't have a lot of people to help me, so I had to do it all on my own. So I produced those songs, I wrote those songs, I put that entire show together, all of those things. So
DREION, you are also a father as well, so we're celebrating you as a father this weekend as well.
Father's Day.
Thank you. My daughter's about to be 2 years old, so it's exciting.
Brand new father. Congratulations. You know, for the Baileys, Mr. Bailey and Trinity, you know, you've been on this journey for a very long time, and, you know, with Music is Unity, would just like to, you know, as being kind of father-daughter kind of partnership, what has that been like? And then, like, what inspired you just originally, how you got into supporting foster youth?
This is very exciting. And a big applause to you guys, because everybody did such a great job.
Yes.
You really did a great job. And Holly, you know, it was very serendipitous that you and Trinity met. And, you know, it seems as if, you know, it's a lot of things are just being aligned together in a really cool way. But you know, I think that, you know, everybody's intention is really in a good place. And when you hear the stories of DREION, and they mirror so many other stories, as we know, it's encouraging that we're seeing this experience happen today. You know, the challenge, and so I'm just encouraging those who are, and the good thing about it, as I was saying, that, you know, we can use this footage to continue to play it forward and to make people aware of what's going on. So, you know, I'm encouraged.
Great. Mr. Bailey, a question came across from you, if that's okay. Says, what inspired you to create your Music is Unity Foundation, you and your daughter?
I wanted to start a foundation. And honestly, when we began to do our research, we found that the foster care system was one of the least supported causes, and especially the emancipated foster care. So our foundation specifically targets emancipated foster care youth, you know, and so that's how we got into it.
And saying that, we also understand that to support emancipated foster youth, you kind of have to get them when they're still, you know, in that range, that teenage range, where it's like, you know, 15, 16, 17, to mold them and give them opportunities with the sound check that we do, the backstage sound check. Mainly so that, you know, to spark some interest, because a lot of times all you see is what's on the screen, and you don't know the different opportunities and the different jobs that are available, most of which you don't have to have a college degree for, you know, just about, you know, honing in on your trade, your skill, and networking. And so when we you know, do the tours at the show and just see the youth space light up, or, you know, something that, you know, the sound man says or the lighting guy says that, you know, gets them really involved and, you know, messing with the equipment, you just see that inspiration. And so I think that that's the most rewarding part of all of this for me, like, just to see it in action. And like, even with this call, I'm like, this is like, I'm getting to know the organizations outside of the MIU organizations, but mixed youth organizations. And I just feel like this is so hopeful for us to continue to network and, you know, make it, you know, a big thing that people need to support and give time and share. So yeah, this was awesome. And it inspired hope.
It does. And being in the foster care system, I thank you and Mr. Bailey for doing that and recognizing us and trying to bring light and awareness. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just a quick question, Claudia. You know, Back to the Future, you know, that I think there's a rendition came back, but what was that experience for you? Because I love that movie. And so, and then how you got into acting and just, you know, it's so inspiring to see the journey and where you are now.
Thank you. Well, Back to the Future was my first film, and what a film to be in. I starred in a ton of television shows and episodics and series and all of that. I'm so grateful for that film for so many reasons. It's given me a platform to be able to be God's instrument in whichever way that He wants me to be. And the experiences and the people I've been able to love on. And it's like a world family love of Back to the Future people, which is extraordinary. And then that gives me the ability to bring a sight on Kids in the Spotlight, on Foster Challenge, on Philip Bailey's organization and Trinity's. I have wanted to be an actress since I first watched television. And when I was a tiny little girl and I saw television, I cried to my mom because I said, I'll never be tiny enough to fit in the TV because I want to do what they're doing. And I really believed it. So after I started in opera in I'm a San Franciscan. So I actually had children's principal roles in 10 operas between the age of 8 and 12, and did some acting and print work in the city, and convinced my mother to move to Los Angeles after the 8th grade so I could be an actress. And it never occurred to me that it wouldn't happen or that it was difficult. I knew I was to be an actress, so we just went for it. And thank God it worked beautifully. I do want to say one thing. I didn't grow up with my dad. So when I was talking about the difficulties and the chaos and my understanding and compassion for hardship, it's not about my daddy. He's 95, and today is his 49th wedding anniversary with his wife, who is my mom by marriage, today. So a shout out to my daddy and my mom, Weezer. I call her Weezer. I own a men's clothing store in Studio City. It's a resale shop. I opened it when I was 25, and I'll be 54 next month. July 5th. Gifts do not offend me. I always say that. It's not worked yet, but I always say it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
cool.
It's a real love of mine and a way for me to, you know, help. I love it. So I'm very happy in life. I'm a single mommy of a 25-year-old son. And God is my everything. And I think He uses all of us as instruments for each other. One thing I did want to say, I don't think anyone knows this. My brother-in-law's daughter is a foster mom of 3 children. One is a toddler now that she's had since she was a baby. The other one is, you know, a mid-toddler she's had since she was a baby. And then she's got one who's 18. So she adopted her 17-year-old foster child and her toddler. And now I think they're working on the baby. But it's something to consider about adopting foster kids when they're 16, 17, 15, so they can have a family for the rest of their life and belong to people. Parents wanting to be parents of foster kids, look for the teenagers. Look for the ones who really, really need a home and a family.
Wow. Wow. We have you on video for that. That was great. Thank you so much, Claudia.
My pleasure.
You know, I'm gonna actually ask the hostess, but you know, for the ones that don't know Shelby, she was the Miss Texas
U.S. International. Yeah.
Yes, and just share that experience, because I think what's inspiring to see all of you, DREION, you know, Shelby, you know, Claudia, but who's really made it, made it and having that journey to be successful. So what I always wanted to ask you personally, what got you to be on the pageantry road and the success? Because you were Miss Kentucky as well, right?
Yes. When I was in college, I won the Miss Black Kentucky USA pageant, and my director called me and said, you need a platform. And I was like, okay. My mother was on the three-way call, and she said, Shelby, you need to do adoption and foster care because that's something that you can relate to. And I was like, I don't know. Because to be honest with you, I was embarrassed that I was adopted. I've never told anyone for 18 years that I was adopted. I never said anything about it because I was scared about getting judged or anything. So I always went with the flow of, you look like your dad, you look like your dad. I'm like, yep, I look like my dad. But deep down, I was adopted. So I finally said that, I'm adopted. And I came out and it was a press release. I was in the newspaper for it. And the email that they designated me for being adopted for Miss Black Kentucky was that morning. I woke up to so many emails. And I woke up to a lady. She was 47 years old. I'll never forget it. Still have the email. And she said, I was adopted and I never told my husband that I was adopted because of the fear that you had. And I was like, oh my gosh. And that's when it came down on me that this is my calling and it's my testimony to come out and share my story about being adopted, because everybody else is now embracing the fact that, yes, I was adopted. And I tell people all the time, for me, being adopted, I feel like it's my opportunity of showing people that God is really just giving you a second chance at life, because no telling what your life could be. So I feel like it's my initiative to step up and to say, hey, I was adopted. And so when I was Miss Texas, I had the opportunity to work with Warner Brothers in the movie Storks. And that's actually where I had the opportunity to meet Taiji. And we spoke, and Ty Burrell was the one that told me, hey, you need to talk to Taiji because she's working with kids in the spotlight. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I worked with Taiji. I went up to LA a couple of times and went on set with them. And I loved it because it's something about being in the room with people that know your story or want to support kids in foster care that really just brings it out and really just gives you that fire. And I love what I'm doing. And so when I was Miss Texas, I did that, helped with Storks and everything. And I remember meeting you too. And it was awesome. And being adopted has honestly just changed my life. I love it. And working with Ancestry DNA was awesome. And for them to do the DNA swab on me and everything, and knowing that, okay, Shelby, you're not Black. All my life, I'm like, yeah, I'm African-American. I'm Black Cuban. So I was like, wow. So it really just, it brings you down so many avenues, because now I want to get into those roots of being Cuban and learning Spanish and seeing what I can do for those kids as well. So it's awesome. And I love it. And that's why I advocate this. And when I saw the Foster Challenge and everything and everybody that was a part of it, I was just like, I have to be a part of this because I have to share and I want to get the voice out. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Shelby.
Thank you.
Awesome. And thank you for helping host. And so we'll wrap up with just two more questions. I want to go back to DREION. What is next? You've accomplished so much, and I know that you were going to be on the road, but obviously the pandemic. And are you going to be pivoting? Let's team up and do a big old virtual concert. So what's next for you?
So what's next for me? So now that I've graduated from Berklee College of Music and I'm finished, I've used all of that time to kind of build a catalog of my original music and songs that I'm now ready to release or record and then release, that I'll be recording in Chicago. And hopefully once everything does clear up, I'll be able to go out on the road and do some touring and some festivals and things with my band that I acquired from Berklee College of Music. My passion is performing. I love putting together shows. I love performing and putting together my original music. And that show that in the video footage that I showed was actually from my original music show that I held at Berklee College of Music. So I'm looking to take that show and it's a 2-hour full show. I mean, it can be condensed, but I'm looking to take that on the road and perform my music. Shed light on the social injustice issues in our community, and also shed light on foster care reform, and also spread love and inspire and give hope. And I'm hoping to continue to collaborate, and I would love to do a virtual concert. I would love, and it would be great to bring my band together to do this. They're all from Berklee College of Music. They're a really great band. We've been playing together for about 3 years, and it would be great to be able to do a concert with you all. And so, you know, I'm just looking, I'm now getting into, you know, my career. You know, I'm really starting off, so it's great that I now have a movie placement, and I'm looking to get more into sync. I want to be an artist. That is my top goal. That's my dream, and that's what I've always dreamed to be as a little boy, watching Prince, watching Michael Jackson, watching James Brown. Those are my idols, and those are the people that I shape my career after. So that's what I want to do. I want to be, you know, I want to have my name in lights, but, you know, I want to do it for God, and I want to do it to spread and hope to those who didn't have it. And you know, mainly my goal is to be for others what I needed when I was in trouble. So that's what I want my music to do, and that's what I want my career to eventually spread and share with generations.
Thank you so much, DREION. And we can definitely see you're carrying the legacies on all of those artists that in your moves. So we're so excited.
So I just released my first EP that has the 2 songs that I performed. I just released it last month for Foster Care Awareness Month. It's a full 5-song EP that has more of my music and material you can get on all streaming platforms. It's called I Am Life. And if you go to my Instagram, and you can find it on my Instagram at DREION Nation, DREION. You can find it in my bio, or on Facebook, or on Amazon, Apple Music, all of those platforms, Spotify. So I would love, you know, for people to check out more of my music, to hear more of the inspirational music that I like to, message that I would like to spread. So thank you.
Go home, boy, and preach. Do your work. Do that work, boy.
And you have a series. Both, I think, Shelby and DREION are starting kind of a talk series or sessions online where you'll be able to hear more of foster voices and adoptions voices. So definitely check us out. Check DREION out. And just for our partners with Mr. Bailey and Trinity, we're going to close up, but I want to just see if you had any last words for closing out the day and starting Father's Day weekends, guys.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. Thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
And
absolutely.
If it wasn't on YouTube, I'm not sure if we got that mapped out, but this is recorded, so we can put it on YouTube.
Yes.
Continuing to spread the word.
Absolutely. So for everybody that's still there, go to fosterchallenge.org, get a chance to donate, get a chance to hang out with Mr. Bailey. Next time we'll have DREION on there, and hopefully, you know, thank you again so much for participating. And this is the halfway point. We do have about a week and a half left for our Foster Challenge, so please support. And we'll be back in touch, and have a wonderful Father's Day weekend. And from grassroots to mixed roots.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Claudia. Bye.
Bye, guys.